It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
Dodgers won last night, and they're moving on. National League Championship Series. So, if you're a Phillies fan, I'm sorry. If you're an Eagles fan, sorry. It's been a rough week. The Eagles lost on Sunday. They were undefeated. They lost to the Broncos on Sunday. And then 4 days later, they lost to the Giants, I think by 2 touchdowns, which is a lot. I don't think anybody had, New York minus 14.
Was it like they doubled up on them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like 34 to 17 or something.
Yeah, no good. No good.
No, good.
Well, good for us, yeah. Not if you're a Phillies fan.
No. Cowboy fan.
Ooh, I thought that team was going to go undefeated.
Nah.
You didn't think so?
Their offense.
No, you're right. You're correct. And now they're it's a tough week. It's got to be one of the worst weeks in Philadelphia sports history.
What?
It's got to be. It has to be. I mean, for the Eagles to lose twice to crappy teams. Sorry, Billy Allen. And then to lose on an error. There's only been one other game.
I see what you did there.
That cost them on an error.
Yeah.
There's only one series in the playoffs before last night that ended on an error.
Wow.
And so that was the second one.
So last night doubled that number.
Yeah. And it's a play that he makes 99.9% of the time. It's one of the easiest plays in baseball. You get a dribbler to the mound, he picks it up and he throws it. I think it was Pajes was the batter. He wasn't even halfway to first when that ball got to the pitcher. He would have been out by 9 steps.
And even the pitcher or the catcher actually was pointing to first base.
Yeah.
Throw it over there, not me.
But when you point to a pitcher, when he's in 3rd grade or 4th grade,
when you tell him where to throw,
when you're teaching him the game, dribbler, okay, first, go, throw it to first. He's pointing to the first baseman, and then I love the third baseman. He's walking in, then he grabs his hand, and he puts his hands on his head, and he puts his head down like, Christ almighty, did I just see that? Jesus Christ.
The pitcher did everything wrong there.
He's got to feel this forever.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Bill Buckner move.
Yeah.
Bill Buckner style. Oh, he's got to feel horrible. All right, let me, Bellio's favorite artist. Bellio, I would say top 5 for you, Dolly Parton.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily. Maybe top 2. Right?
Maybe.
Oh.
Who's number 1?
Maybe.
Numero uno?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
But I love Dolly Parton.
Well, she's alive. A lot of people thought she had passed away.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I think just boredom. People are like, I haven't seen her in 3 days. I bet she died.
No, something her sister was putting out, to pray for her.
She had some kind of illness. I don't know what it was, but she looked pretty good. She did a videotape, or video, I should say. There's no more tape, on her health. So let's give that a listen, shall we?
Country music icon Dolly Parton is clearing the air, reassuring concerned fans about her well-being after she abruptly canceled her Vegas residency, citing health challenges. The legend posting this video to social media, captioned, "I ain't dead yet."
I know lately everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you?
A little bit.
I'm working hard here. Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease, though.
What, didn't she do that? Wait a minute.
I'm working hard here.
Isn't that her song, I'm Working Hard for My Money? Is that Dolly Parton?
That's
I'm working hard 9 to 5.
It's called 9 to 5, not working hard. Okay, all right, we got to mix stuff.
Anyway.
9 to 5.
Who does I'm working hard
for the money,
my
Donna
money?
Summer.
Oh, Donna Summer. Okay, I get that mixed up.
Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease, those of you that seem to be real concerned, which I appreciate. And I appreciate your prayers because I'm a person of faith.
According to a source close to the situation, Dolly's been dealing with kidney stones, hard pebble-like materials that can cause intense urinary pain.
Each year, more than 500,000 people visit the emergency department suffering from kidney stones.
Okay, and we always have to go into the lesson of how many and what hurts and everything. Let's just give her a break.
Kidney stones can affect anyone at any age. Though the older you get, you are at an increased risk. A lot of people don't know they have them until they're experiencing kidney stone pain for the first time. And it can be very, very intense.
Concerns about Dolly's health intensified this week after the singer's younger sister, Frida, posted to Facebook asking for prayer warriors to join her in praying for Dolly, but later clarified that she didn't mean to scare anyone.
Yeah, she had kidney stones. I mean, how many people die from kidney stones? 0?
Dolly first mentioning her battle with kidney stones after she was forced to miss an in-person appearance at a Dollywood event in September. The Grammy-winning performer says her health started to take a turn after the passing of her beloved husband, Carl Dean, who died earlier this year at the age of 82.
As I mentioned, back when my husband Carl was very sick, that was for a long time, and then when he passed, I didn't take care of myself.
But the country music super...
That happens a lot, you know, when one person in the couple dies, the other one sort of lets themselves go, and that's too bad. I mean, look, she'll be fine. I don't know much about kidney stones. I know that there's ultrasound I think you can use to break them up. So I'm sure she has the best care. She's a multi-billionaire.
But the country music superstar wants fans to rest assured she's got plenty more gas in the tank.
And I'm not ready to die yet. I don't think God is through with me, and I ain't done working. So I love you for caring, and keep praying for me.
Yeah, what a woman. I don't know anybody. It's one of my wife's favorite is Dolly Parton. We tried to get tickets to a Dolly Parton concert, and they were way too expensive. I'm waiting for the cover band of like Dolly Parton to play in Vegas. Now I'll buy seats to that. What the hell?
Really far away from the stage.
That's right. That's what I did. I bought my. It's so embarrassing. For our anniversary, I bought tickets for my wife for a concert. And I know she's listening right now because she's in the car. So I don't want to go through the whole story again because it pisses her off. And I got a weekend coming up. So give me a break, please. All right. Okay, I'll tell you real quick. I'm in Vegas for our anniversary. And my wife is a huge, huge Neil Diamond fan. And so I said to my wife, I bought tickets for Neil Diamond. And she flipped out. She couldn't believe it. So I get her buzzed. I put about 7 lemon drops in her. And that's back when she drank.
Such a chick drink. Yeah. Lemon drops. Can I have a lemon
What's
drop?
wrong with that?
No, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah.
Lemon drops are great.
That's right. They're great.
It is a chick drink, yeah.
We chicks love that.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a knock.
I think you're both on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know where the argument is.
No argument.
Yeah. And so I take her in to see Neil Diamond, and we're in like row 800. I bought tickets purposely really far from the stage. And she says, "Let's go down and dance." The dance what is it called? The dance floor.
Copacabana.
Yeah, Copacabana. They call it a mosh pit or something like that. And she goes, "Hey," she goes, "Let's go down to the mosh pit." Woo! And I'm like, "Oh, baby, but let's just stay here." She takes her coat, throws it at me, and runs down there. And like 4 minutes later, she comes back with her heels, her shoes off, hanging over her shoulder, walks back, and she goes, "Let's go." I go, what's going on? She goes, "You know what's going on." And I said, "All right." So we leave the concert. And as we're walking out, I know she's pissed. You know, it's our anniversary. And we get outside the auditorium. And she said, "You knew that wasn't Neil Diamond, didn't you?" It was Surreal Neil. It was a Neil Diamond cover band. And I tried to get cheap tickets to a Surreal Neil and pass it off as Neil Diamond like a hot shot. And she knew it. She knew it pretty quick when she went down there. So
she got all the way up there. Hang on.
But she said she was really embarrassed because she was like, "I love Neil Diamond," and everyone's looking at her like, "Oh, that's the Surreal Neil. This is not the real Neil Diamond."
Could you see her when she went down there? Right?
Oh yeah.
Did you see like her body language? She's all bouncing.
Oh yeah. Oh, she was happening like the first couple of minutes. You know, like high fiving people and dancing and stuff. And then she looked up on stage and she looked at people and go, "Hey, that's not Neil Diamond."
You see the shoulders just sink.
Yeah, that's Surreal Neil.
Did you witness the moment it hit her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you saw it coming.
I tried to get out of there before.
you were going to bail?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Leave a note on the seat.
Yeah. I tried to leave her coat there and go, that food we had hit me wrong.
Went to go get you some more lemon drops, baby.
It's a long weekend in Vegas.
BRB.
Long weekend, man. Because the next day I said, hey, you want to go to the buffet? She goes, is it a real buffet?
You deserve that.
Yeah.
Is it a surreal meal?
Does she still to this day question when you're like, hey, you want to head to...
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, she did it with some other event. And she did it recently. And I can't remember what event it was. But recently said, the John Bon Jovi thing. I said, hey, do you want to go to John Bon Jovi? He's going to be at the... and she goes, is it Mon John Bovi?
John Bon Jovi.
All right. 23 years and still recalls it like it was yesterday. God almighty, I would have never done it if I knew the anguish was going to be so long. All right, sweetie, I'll be home in a couple hours. We'll go to dinner, so I don't know. We'll go to Schmolive Garden. All right.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
It's going to either be the Detroit Tigers or Seattle Mariners, and that game is tied in the bottom of the first at 0-0. Whoever wins this game goes on to play Toronto in the American League Championship Series. In the National League Championship Series, it'll be your Los Angeles Dodgers. Congratulations, Dodger fans. Against the Chicago Cubs or the Milwaukee Brewers. If it's against the Cubs, that series will start in LA on Monday. If it's Milwaukee, that series will start in Milwaukee on Monday. So either way, it starts Monday. The Dodgers will either be at home against the Cubs or in Milwaukee to play against the Brewers. So ding dong with you. A friend of mine used to go to Northwestern University in north of Chicago, I think it is. And I went to visit him. I was going to school at Bowling Green State University in Ohio, and I drove up to see him. And that was when the drinking age was 18 in Milwaukee, but it was 21 in Chicago. And so drove to see him, and he said, hey, Big Red is retiring. And I said, I don't know who Big Red is. And he goes, it's the most famous stripper in the history of Milwaukee. Her name is Big Red. And she's had her last dance is tonight. I said, how old is this Big Red? Because that was my mom's nickname. The Big Red, the Red Bird, Big Mac. And he said, I think she's in her 40s. So we said, all right, let's go. What the hell? We drove up to Milwaukee, and we went to a Mexican restaurant. We got there early, went to a Mexican restaurant. And this is something you will not see in the United States anymore that we saw back in 1981 that you will not see in the United States anywhere. I don't think this goes on anymore. But we walked into a Mexican restaurant and they had a Crozier. What's the permissible term for little people nowadays? Is it little people?
I think that'll work.
Okay. There was a little person.
We won't get too many calls or emails.
Yeah, okay. There was a little person walking around the Mexican restaurant with a sombrero on, and in the sombrero, in the bill of the hat, were chips, and in the center of the sombrero was salsa. And he would come over and lean down to your table, and you would eat salsa and chips out of his hat. And that went on all night. Something you don't see anymore in America. And then we drove back. I don't know. I think we were totally sober when we drove back. But that's when it was dangerous. You know, when you had the drinking age at 18 in one state, in Wisconsin, and it was 21 in Illinois, I can't tell you how many accidents they used to have. Because kids would fly out of, Chicago, go into Milwaukee, get completely hammered, and then drive back to Chicago. And they constantly had car accidents that were killing these kids over and over and over. And so obviously the smart thing was to do is make it 21 everywhere or 18 everywhere. And they went with 21. But man, that was a odd weekend. All right, we have cash that we can give away. $1,000 can be yours if you are selected in our national competition. Here we go.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. That's WIN, W-I-N. Enter it now at KFIAM640.com/cash. Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 1-800-9-MILLION. That's 1-800-9-MILLION or sweetjames.com.
Go to the website, KFIAM640.com/cash. Keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Stick that keyword in, and you could win $1,000. Maybe you woke up this morning, if you had Verizon and your phone wasn't working, you were not alone. You were not alone. Happened to hundreds of thousands of
Vandalism,
customers.
according to Verizon. They're telling us this afternoon that some service has been restored as far as the rest of their customers are concerned, hopefully by midnight. So you tried to call your mom just to test it. What happened?
It didn't work. It just stayed.
For Aaron Simpson.
Love to hear that conversation between that guy and his mom, right? He was full of energy.
So you tried to call your mom just to test it. What happened?
It didn't work. It just stayed.
But mom dodged a bullet there.
For Aaron Simpson, the call to his mother eventually went through. Aaron, like other Verizon customers we informed about the outage and its cause, told us it made them mad. Vandals cut the provider's cables.
Kind of frustrating because everybody needs their phone line. How they gonna call people, you know? Why are you stealing? Why are you trying to break up from the community? People need to use their telephones, you know?
In a statement, a spokesperson for Verizon.
Old school. I like that guy. Old school. It's just so called to the telephone. That's my kind of guy.
Their telephones, you know?
Yeah, use that telephone. Hey, what kind of telephone do you have? You have a Apple telephone?
Their telephones, you know?
I love that kid. Old school. Old school telephones.
Statement, a spokesperson for Verizon says, earlier this morning, multiple fiber cuts due to acts of vandalism caused service interruptions for some customers in greater Los Angeles County.
Well, who's doing this? I mean, I understand stealing copper wire to sell it, sort of. You can make a couple bucks, but you can't make any money stealing, fiber lines or cutting them.
These dangerous acts not only impact families, students, and businesses, they are a direct threat to the safety and security of Angelenos.
That's right.
One of the businesses impacted by the outage is the co-owner of the Santa Monica restaurant.
Today isn't a day where I have multiple events going on and woke up and couldn't respond to anything, couldn't send any emails, could not make calls out.
Even for Verizon customers who weren't affected by the outage, they found it frustrating someone would cut the provider's cables. Frustrating?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, I know everybody needs money and you got to do stuff, but man, when you're hurting everybody like that by doing, it's petty to me. But I guess you got to do what you got to do to survive, but still it's not.
Yeah, okay, all right. That's the attitude? You got to do what you got to do to survive? Just cut Verizon's cables?
Petty to me. But I guess you got to do what you got to do to survive, but still it's not right.
That's the kind of attitude that turns LA into an S-hole.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, no, you got to, hey, look, if you got to steal the copper wire, you got to do what you got to do.
Kill somebody, take their wallet. Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, look, you're drunk. You had to get home. You got to do what you got to do.
Need a little bit of extra cash. Just kill them and go.
That's right. You got to do what you got to do to survive.
I get it.
Oh, that's classic. That should be on LA, every sign coming into LA. The home of you got to do what you got to do. Oh, God.
Welcome
to Anything Goes. Los Anything Goes.
I guess you got to do what you got to do to survive, but still it's not right.
Yeah, I know, but you got to, yeah, if you got to do it, you got to do it.
Sign says.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Again, Verizon telling us some service has been restored, but for the rest of their customers that are still dealing with the outage, hopefully by midnight you'll have your service back. Reporting from downtown Los Angeles, I'm Sid Garcia.
Sid Garcia over there with ABC News. Ding dong with that guy. All right, hopefully it'll be back on by midnight. No, North Hollywood was really affected. So if you live in North Hollywood, be patient. They're going to try to put that back together for you before midnight.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
Who sings that? Taylor Swift? Wow, that's why you were dancing. Your girl Taylor. Taylor Swift is a big, huge thing going on in Burbank this weekend for Taylor Swift. I don't know what it is. Photo booth and, I don't know, hang out with Taylor Swift fans. Hey, Halloween decorations are the latest victims of people stealing crap. There was a Jack Skellington, a huge one in Corona, that was ripped off. I don't know what's going on in Corona. I don't know how, you think that you're going to put this 13-foot skeleton statue up in your property and people aren't going to know it's stolen. Odd.
Can't have nice things.
Yeah, you can't. Even in Corona, which is a nice area.
Meet Corona's own Pumpkin King, a 13-foot-tall Jack Skellington who's become a neighborhood celebrity.
Right.
He's the star of the Rodriguez family's front yard every Halloween and sticks around throughout the holiday season, just like in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
This was his hat.
For years, Avelina Rodriguez and her family have gone all out in their Nightmare Before Christmas theme. A holiday mashup they say brings joy to the whole neighborhood.
Okay, that's cool, right? Family decorating for the holidays to, show some team spirit, some, seasonal spirit, and then some a-hole rips you off.
I always decorate Nightmare Before Christmas for Halloween and for Christmas because it goes, both ways. My kids,
and in this case, it was a Nightmare Before Halloween.
My kids take pictures with the Jack Skellington every year. My neighbors come and take pictures with him every year.
But this weekend, the holiday spirit took a dark turn.
I'm your neighbor. I have video footage of somebody stealing your Jack Skellington.
Their neighbor's security cameras picked up this video of a thief hauling the towering Jack, skeletal hands up, through an alley to a waiting car.
You got to do what you got to do.
Oh, that guy's back. Okay. All right.
Look, it's bad, but
this guy's back in this story, too.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got to steal crap, off of somebody's porch, their Halloween stuff.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's right. You got to do what you got to do to survive Halloween.
They came at 5 a.m. when they knew it was dark, put him on top of the roof of the car. So they had to have been holding on to his 13-foot Jack the whole time while the other person's driving. It's insane.
You got to do what you got to do.
Now, Avelina says her family is heartbroken.
You ruin it for people.
That's right.
And it's just not right. People work hard for their stuff, and then people don't want to decorate because stuff gets stolen like that. So, think about what you do and how it affects everybody.
Yeah, it does affect everybody. But, the problem, and I'm sure, Crozier, you've run into this because you're a big Lowe's guy and Home Depot guy. The problem with buying like a signature piece for your house for Halloween or a Costco is that some guy next door will buy the same thing for his house.
Or you're inviting people to steal it at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
People, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you heard it first here.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that is my biggest thing about not getting certain decorations, because they can be so specific that, one of those two things. It's going to be so cool, someone's going to take it, or someone right next to you is going to put the same thing up, and it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, it does. And you feel like, oh, he's just he just goes to the same retail shop I did.
Right. That's why I won't buy the blow-up ones, the air-filled ones, because it just seems like, hey, that's an easy way for everybody to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have.
I mean, they look cool, but everybody's doing that.
I bought one of those 8 or 10 foot Santa Clauses, and then we got hit.
Ones?
Yeah, we got hit by a Santa Ana wind.
Oh,
and
that too.
It was blown clear to. It was like 7 houses away when I found it.
But that was fun to watch, at least.
And I thought somebody stole it. I thought this guy took it.
You got to do what you got to do.
But it was the wind. It was the Santa Anas that toppled that Santa that year.
Still, she's holding on to hope that whoever took him has a change of heart and returns the Pumpkin King where he belongs.
Maybe it's the same guy that took that Claire, that dinosaur.
I know there's Christmas miracles, but it would be a Halloween miracle for me.
Now the family has filed a police report. They're hoping someone in the community will come forward, or better yet, that the thief just returns Jack to his rightful home.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Corona has their own cops, but I bet that's not on the top of the to-do list with the cops out there. Maybe. That's possible. All right, a new way that people are stealing your stuff. And you're going to want to hear this when we come back, because I suspected this was happening all along. And Bellio just gave us a great story on how people know that you have a safe and how people know that where the valuables are when they walk in your house. Like, it's odd when a house gets robbed and they go right to the safe or they go right to the jewelry or right to the money. Even though it's well hidden in the room, they know where it is. And when we come back, I'll tell you how they know where it is. And it might be able to help you, be safer at home and keep your valuables where people don't know instantly where it is when they walk in your house.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
I suspected this was happening all along. I got a lot of heat for it, but turns out the cops now have confirmed this, that people were hiring house cleaners to come in and clean their house. And what they were doing is they weren't really cleaning. They were scoping out the place, passing along that information to some other pals, and then they were coming in and ripping you off. And this is going on, especially in the San Fernando Valley. It's huge in the San Fernando Valley. So listen to this. Maybe you can protect yourself and think twice about hiring somebody who dropped off a flyer on your front door. And that's happened to us before. We've had somebody drop off a flyer on our front door, and we didn't hire them. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was legitimate, maybe it wasn't. But you got to be careful who you're hiring. Maybe word of mouth is better than hiring somebody off of a flyer that's left on your front door.
Do you have like the sign, no solicitors, nothing?
No, I should. I'd like to have that, but I always forget to do that.
Jen and I do the exact same thing. It's like, we got to put a sign up here.
Yeah, I should. Because we had somebody come by, and he said he's from one of the big companies that offers Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, do you want to, I'll give you a deal. Do you want to transfer your Wi-Fi service over to this company? And I've had horrible experience with this company that he was promoting. So I said, I'd rather cut off my left arm than go with your company. And he said, well, you want me to tell you the deals we have? I'm like, God almighty. This guy didn't hear what I just said to him.
You deef?
Yeah. But we've had people knock on the door at 9 o'clock at night to offer us services or something. And and fortunately I was home.
How is that working for them?
Yeah, I know. Who's buying?
Knock on the door at 9 o'clock at night thinking you're going to get somebody to go, yeah?
But it must be because they keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know? So, it's like
100 people say no, one says yes. That's all you need.
Yeah, and they deal with a lot of rejection, a lot of it. But let's listen to the story here. I won't interrupt it. And you got to be careful who you're hiring to come into your house.
They're going in and they're targeting high value items. So you're talking about jewelry, you're talking about money.
Advertising their cleaning services on social media.
As a house cleaning service through various social media means. And then they are responding to the residents, and they're actually there to burglarize the location.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Oh, my God. This guy's back.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
No, you don't. You can be a legitimate service.
30-year-old Nicole Quiroga and 49-year-old Sandra Aguilan, both Colombian nationals, are now behind bars. Here's some of what police found in their cars and apartments. More than $50,000 in cash, along with these high-end items.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Those kinds of things that are easily resellable on social media marketplaces and in secondhand dealers.
With officials now saying these women did not act alone.
Maybe if a deal's too good to be true, maybe that's, the rule of thumb here. When they say, hey, we can clean your entire house for $3, maybe that's not the company to go with. Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
That sounds pretty cheap, Tim. I might have to take him up on that.
Does sound cheap.
$3? Come on. You got to do what you got to do.
You better shuffle your stuff around. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the saying here.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
It's not just two random women that decided, hey, we're going to do a burglary, and these look like good places to do it. What generally is happening is transnational organized groups are working to basically engage these individuals in committing crimes for the larger organization. The larger organization is the one directing the activities, and that's who we're really aiming at.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
And while police not releasing where this happened, they say there are multiple victims and could be even more out there, with this crew targeting a large area.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
Pretty much all of the San Fernando Valley, and we're also thinking it's possible that the adjacent areas. So, for instance, Calabasas, particularly the Santa Clarita area, Burbank, Glendale.
The FBI, CHP, and the LAPD all part of this multi-agency investigation as they continue searching for more suspects and victims.
We believe that there are additional victims in the greater Los Angeles area.
Police also seizing Wi-Fi jammers from the two women they arrested,
Wow.
a tool used in these burglaries.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
So if you have cameras installed inside and outside, they won't record the individuals entering the residence, conducting the crime inside the residence, and exiting the residence.
And so Deputy Chief Hamilton says if you are alerted your home camera is no longer recording when someone is working in your home, that may be time to take action.
That is a time to call 911 because you're about to be the victim of a crime.
Do you hear that? If your cameras are not working when the housekeepers are, time to call 911.
Be time to take action.
That is a time to call 911 because you're about to be the victim of a crime.
There you go. That might save some people. Alan Hamilton, good friend of ours, is, man, he's been on the move. He was on 60 Minutes on Sunday. Now he's on this piece here. This guy's all over the place.
And the deputy police chief going on to say he's aware some of these victims might not be reporting these cases to police, either because they're too embarrassed or maybe what was stolen from them isn't worth all that much money. But he says it is crucial to contact police so that they can continue to search for all of those outstanding suspects.
I think there's a lot more crime out there than you think, because I bet there are a significant amount of people who do not report crime because they don't think there's going to be any outcome to it.
How much would you think that is? Like double?
I bet it is.
Something like that?
I bet easily.
For everyone that does, there are two, or another one that doesn't?
Easily.
Report?
Easily. Because, people don't, and then, if you call the cops and, then you have to fill out a report. Yeah. Then, it's a pain in the ass.
Don't even take into the account the illegal immigrants that, that are victims of crime, because they're not calling cops.
No. I mean, so I think it's at least double. Yeah. And we hear about every day. So, I think this valley, especially San Fernando Valley, crime ridden. I mean, you're one of the luckiest people in the valley if you have not been a victim of crime. I know so many people who have been. You just ask anybody in Sherman Oaks, especially Sherman Oaks and Woodland Hills. Hey, have you ever been a victim of crime? Oh, yeah, me, my neighbors' friends, my relatives. They go on and on about how many people have been affected by this crime. And for some reason, the city of LA can't get this together. I've never seen it this rampant. I know they'll say, the stats are down, but I don't think the stats are down. I think the reporting is down. I think the stats are way up, and nobody's reporting it. I think Crozier's onto something there.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful who you hire. If you're on the internet and you're hiring a cleaning crew from, TikTok, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. I think maybe you want to call a neighbor and ask, if they know somebody, or how about this? How about doing it yourself? How about cleaning your own effing house?
Broom?
Yeah. How about taking a spray bottle out in a rag and doing a once over and getting a vacuum, and pushing it around yourself? We've never had a housekeeper.
Really?
Never. I mean, my wife and I have been together for, gotta be careful here, 25 years.
Oh, you guys teenagers?
26 years. And we've never, I think once, well, like before a party, we had hired a crew. But maybe one day. But, if you want to hire somebody respectable, somebody can come in and clean your house and not rip you off, hire Sharon Bellio.
Oh.
She's available.
I'll do a fabulous job. Tim can, know my work.
What do you charge to clean a house?
$75 an hour.
Oh, an hour. Oh, yeah. Wow.
That's great. Oh, no, it's not.
Yes, but I am really good cleaner.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, and you can trust me.
Yeah. My buddy hired one of those, I don't think they do it anymore, one of those topless cleaners. Have you heard of that?
I do that too.
Is that, wait,
that's
so
it's for $125.
It's $75 an hour for you to clean, but if you're
closed.
topless, it's only $65?
How dare
Here's
you?
the discount.
They'll pay her to put her clothes back on.
That's what my buddy did.
That is when I will still their clothes.
Yeah, but that's what my buddy did. He hired a topless cleaner. She showed up, and it was going to be like $25 an hour. And he said, let me give you 30 if you keep that top on, baby.
So rude.
It was pretty insulting. So, Belly, you seriously would clean somebody's house for $75 an hour?
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
Okay. How do people get a hold of you? Is there a Belly?
Show at iHeartMedia.com.
Okay. Mostly Orange County?
Preferably, yes. But,
More like on your street in Irvine?
No, I will travel if they'll pay a little extra for me to travel.
Really?
I am a really good cleaner.
Yeah, you really are. Your dad was
he had his own
custodian service.
Yes.
And you helped him.
And
yes. Yes, and
if you have those cast iron skillets, she's really good at cleaning those.
No. I've learned my lesson. I will just rinse them. I won't scrub your seasoning pans.
All right.
Promise. And I will edge your living room.
Yeah, that means taking the debris from the wall where the wall meets the floor, or the carpet, and to get all that dirt out.
Very detail
All right, so for $75 an hour, you'll clean somebody's house.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Okay, well, here we go.
Let's see if anybody needs me to clean their house. And I don't touch your stuff.
Conway Show at iHeartMedia.com.
Yeah.
And you're not going to rip them off.
No.
You're not going to eat You're not going to eat their food.
I will not eat their food.
You won't go into the fridge.
I do not do that unless they need me to clean it. Of course, I will clean it.
Brings her own feather duster.
Yes.
Well, I'd have to get one. If they could purchase that for me, it'd be great. If they had their own, vacuum stuff.
Here we go.
I mean, I will bring mine, but
they have their own cleaning service. She'll oversee it.
If you have supplies, that's better.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
all
whatever
right.
you need.
That'd be weird. She just walks up to the door. She has no bucket or no spray or no. It's just her standing there. All right, here to clean.
And she's smoking.
I don't smoke, and I would never smoke in your house. I'm very respectful of people. Very.
What do you wear? Like overalls? Thanks for dressing up.
French maid.
Yeah. I'd wear the sweatpants that I go to meetings in.
Oh, good. So people can get a taste of what you're like around here professionally.
Very professional.
That's right. All right. So if you want Belly to clean your house, Conway Show at iHeartMedia.com. She's serious. She'll do it. She needs the dough. And John likes to spend time just watching football alone.
He just wants it to be left alone.
That's right.
I need a hobby.
That's right. He's like a hobby. He's like me. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.